welcome to Squad Ops Wednesday night spooky October event. My name is Mighty. How is everyone doing out there? Hope everyone's having a good one. I know we're about to have a good one here. This is Operation Nightmare. First time I've seen this one in a long time. This is an old op. It's haunted or something like that. Something October-ish. Hope everyone's having a great night out there. Like I said, tonight is Operation Nightmare as our One Life event schedule continues on. Before I get into the operation, I want to take a look at the teams. As you can see, we got tons of names you guys already recognize, I'm sure. For our two commands, we have Pony and Kuba, both very seasoned squad leads, and Pony especially a very seasoned commander. Under Pony this round will be Dorf, Alex Ryan, Jack Storm. Dorf is going to be taking up the 2IC role, should Pony be going down. Under Kuba this round, Boogie is the second in command. Then we have Harv, Oddball, and Blackbeard rounding out the other part of that team. Oh boy, it's going to be a good one, guys. I'm not sure if anyone here has ever seen Operation Nightmare before, but it is one of those ops that's pretty straightforward on its surface. It's pretty straightforward on the surface, but when you kind of dig into it a little more, this is where the commands can really shine, and the way that they're maneuvering their guys around and really taking over the map. So one interesting thing, as we switch to the map over here, one interesting thing about this map, guys, is it's on Logar Valley. Now, if you're a frequent player of Squad, if you've been playing the game for a long time, you may recognize Logar Valley, but it is not a very frequently played map anymore. It has some balance kind of concerns people are frustrated with in vanilla play, but it works amazing in our operations. It's very hilly. I'll give you a rundown of the map before we actually get into it, but it's super hilly. This map it's a bit of a darker one, obviously. It's spooky Halloween week or month, so a lot of these maps, we'll try to bring them back to some nighttime type of stuff. My gamma is turned up super high so we can all see better, but the people on the ground are not going to have this, so they're going to have a little bit harder time seeing everything. And that's also where a lot of good commanders and good SL communication comes in, when you're not really totally sure where everyone is, especially in the nighttime, especially with the way the map marker changes are, so you can't see everyone on the map all the time. So this is, I don't know, it's going to be pretty exciting. I'm kind of curious to see how these guys are going to handle it. Thought the operation was tomorrow. I'm glad I found out I was wrong. Yeah, man, it's tonight. It sneaks up on you. I know. I feel you. Okay, so really quick for a rundown of the operation. It's super simple. The INS are going to spawn in at a random cache location. So 2 caches are generated by the game, and they can pick any cache that is in that red area that you're looking at on your screen right now. So they can pick any cache in there that spawns there, and they will strong point that location. The US doesn't necessarily know where that cache is, so that's part of their challenge, is figuring out where that cache is actually at. But regardless, INS will spawn in. Their commander is designated the high value target, or HVT. The commander has to stay within that keypad of the cache, which is their defense location. They need to protect the cache and protect their HVT. Those are the goals for the INS. And obviously, of course, for US, they want to destroy the cache, take out the HVT, one or the other, and then exfil at that blue square you guys see in the Delta grid. Looks like keypad 2, I believe, that is a building down there. So their goal is to get in, take the cache out, or take the HVT out, and get back to the exfil and defend the exfil. And INS, obviously, trying to do the opposite. So it's a little random, but this map is fairly small. So it's really on US to get a really early viewpoint of where this cache is at, and then make a play and try to go quickly and before the INS can really set up in the hills around it and all that stuff. So that's going to be the number one goal. My advice for those commanders would be to play with a little bit of aggression here. Nothing too crazy, but the map, again, is small. You're going to see some quick engagements. So, yeah, the better that they can handle that, the better off they're going to be. Hey, Optic, glad I can catch a match in the beginning. That's what I'm talking about, man. Welcome, welcome. We're just getting started. Just went over the operation tonight. I'm actually going to jump in. Let me show you guys the map. So, like I said, this is an old original squad map. So if you haven't played squad for a long time, you may not be familiar with it. So this is Logar Valley. And this is Logar Valley nighttime. As we can see, live is about 5 minutes, so we'll catch that totally fine. But Logar Valley is, as you can see, really defined by either side here. On the west and on the east are these big hills, giant hills with some types of fortifications up here, but really big hills. These are going to be your keys to the round, and we'll focus on these keys, especially given the location of the cache right here. We'll focus on these key points as we move on. So this hill that I'm looking at right here is a super important hill for this. This flank is also going to be very important as it also is elevated, and it's easy to get back around to the other side. So these are the two key points I'm going to be focusing on. And on the other side, of course, you've got the famous or infamous Humvee Hill right here, which is where a lot of people would normally take a Crow's, back when it was Humvees, not MRAPs, would take it up there and wreak havoc all across Logar. As you can see, here is the big valley with tons of urban combat going in, of course, but the cache is over to the west. So, again, if you're just joining us, welcome, welcome. To keep it brief for you, the goal of all this is going to be get over, destroy the cache, take out the HVT, which is over where the INS side is right here, and then get to the exfil, which is back down this way. Pretty straightforward. Like I said, I did mention my brightness, my gamma is turned up a little bit, so I'm able to see a bit better than the guys on the ground are able to see as well. So let me get some game volume here for you guys. So just keep that in mind. Oh boy. Frick. Gotta love squad 8. But yeah, so anyway, I'm able to see a bit better than all the guys on the ground can see. So keep that in mind as you're focusing on the two hills that we were talking about earlier. As we'll get into the game here in a second. Live time is coming up here in about 2-3 minutes. My best guess for what INS is going to be doing right here, guys, is pushing a couple guys out to the west. Getting some eyes in these towns. And probably a buddy team or a squad even up on the flank. And then try to reel it back in as the U.S. side pushes and takes the attack to the INS cache. That's typically what you'll see, especially because they actually have a pretty nice and defensible location. You can see we got a couple hills on either side. As long as they can hold this hill, that hill, and probably the big flank over there, they're going to be totally fine. And I'm not sure if you guys were able to hear them mention, but you can kind of see what this plan is going to look like. For the U.S. And they're kind of marking the hills we were just talking about. So this northern hill, which is up here, this eastern massive hill, which is what we're looking at right here, they're clearly going to be expecting contact here and also getting guys here, getting a nice encirclement around this cache and just raining shots in from all directions on the objective point here. Is it possible to turn down the gamma? Yeah, I can turn down the gamma here. Give me one sec. Okay, so I have about 2.7 gamma. What they've got is something like this, okay? So it's a little darker. It's not much darker. This map is still fairly bright for a quote-unquote night map. It's more like dawn. And it's also, of course, as Jin is saying, it's also dependent on your monitor, so it's going to look different for everybody. But this is roughly what you're going to be seeing if you were on the ground. And one thing to also keep in mind is that these guys are going to have a harder time telling where each other are, too, because of the way that our mod works. And they're not going to be able to see. They're only going to be able to see other squad leaders and fire team leaders on the map. So all this stuff that I can see, they won't be able to see this. So along with it being a little bit darker.
Okay, I also just want to remind everyone.
Along with it being a little bit darker, they are going to also not know where people are on the map. So it's going to be a lot of communication.
So please do not take any super long distance engagements, especially since they have those open top MRAPs. So just play it low.
Copy that. Cuba, what do you want on this, these lodges?
I'm helping. Hey, I appreciate it. No, you're actually both right.
I don't want to build any
as funnily as it is.
Full build.
Full build.
It is going to be different, of course, for everybody's different monitors. So, when's the first stop with Heli's going to be? That's a great question. That is a question, Kata, that I would ask in our Discord. I don't know the answer to that, and I don't want to tell you anything without knowing for sure. Yeah, the Helis are definitely on our radar, guys. We're having meetings about that stuff. We're excited about Helis. We're getting people who are interested in being heli pilots together. So it's 100% coming, just not this exact op. But that's a great question. If you want to ask it in the Discord, someone may be able to give you a bit better of an answer than I can. And we are live, in case you guys didn't see it live, as here goes the INS breakout. And we're kind of seeing, I guess, sort of what we predicted, right? What we were talking about earlier was getting some eyes in the town. It's pretty standard, getting some eyes south on this hill, and then most of the eyes heading north to this big hill right here.
Thank you.
In before one life, 2 squads die because pilot puts a bird down. I know. It's definitely a point of concern, and we want to, the people who are going to be in the helis are going to be heli pilots. I mean, they're going to be like people who are dedicated to, being excellent with the helicopters too. So hopefully that won't happen too much. All right, so here's what we're seeing. We're seeing a pretty standard Logar Valley type of break here. The U.S., obviously this is a one-life event, so everything is going to be moving slower, but they're still strong pointing the strongest positions for them, which are these 2 hills. I mean, they're sending 2 squads north, which is fine, but strong pointing these 2 hills is easily the smartest thing you can do as U.S., and just getting your footing from here, getting everyone with binos looking out, trying to spot any kind of movement in the town. You can see a ton from up here. And they're even bringing the Humvee to old Humvee Hill.
All right, I got
keeping it classic.
D472.
So Harv calling out D4.
Yep,
7-2, which is actually not the call he wants. He wants D5-7-2. D5. So D4-7-2 is a bit of a mistake. D5-7-2 is what he's looking for. Still, though, this is the contact he's talking about on this big strong hill up here.
Yo, we've got SLs on the hill at Charlie 433.
And let's look at this. Charlie 433. Yep, another good call out right here. So these 2 hills have been completely called out. Obviously, with the squad leaders here, most of these guys have been playing the game for a while. They know the Logar spots. They know where to be looking, and they call both these hills out, getting ready to open up. Typically, I would be following the attackers in these type of games, but I like to get the point of view of the defenders and let you guys hear the defense command comms, because I think it's really, I don't know, the defense changes so much based on commander. It's interesting to hear their thoughts about where to be moving.
Was that your engagement?
And it's interesting to hear how they're communicating with their
That
squad
wasn't my
leaders.
RPG. I'm engaging with AR right now.
Okay, copy.
So you can see here, there are some RPGs going over the top. They're going past me, which are not close at all. Some really long-range engagements going on. Looks like this is Dorf. This is the Humvee. Imanaz and Goon. Ponies directing them. Dorf's guys down here also putting light fire down in the hills and in the town. I mean, they're definitely screening for their guys up north. They're just pulling as much attention as they can down here.
I can see map markers, so if you guys take one casualty, you have to let me know.
Right, I'm moving on the north side of the map for stand by.
It'd be cool if someone could develop an in-depth medical system.
3, 5,
I do agree with you.
5, at least.
So there was I know some
There's a load of dudes
talk
running around up there.
of a localized damage system in squad about you get hit in the leg and you start limping or move slower, and then being able to heal those things up. I think that would be an interesting thing to see.
That might be Echo 347.
And it definitely could have implications in the events.
It looks like they're just kind of poking around where we're at. So they're going to be going for mostly long distance until we see them moving up. That's when we know they're committing.
Alright, so this is going to be the closest engagement we got. So down south, Dorf, Pony, those guys are trying to pull attention away from these guys that we're tailing right now up top. Kuba correctly assuming that they're just kind of poking around right now. He may smell this flank out. He's got guys up here watching if they're on point.
Break. There is a full squad at Charlie 388.
Charlie 388, okay, copy.
Oh, there we go.
Squad on the north is
Blackbeard's calling Charlie 388, which is pretty much right here, right on this hill, right where we were talking about. Full squad he calls out, which is pretty much accurate. So nice call from Blackbeard. Catching the flank before it happens. This flank can mess you up if you're not careful. If the attackers are able to get this flank off and head around north, it can really screw you.
Shooting at us earlier. Appreciate
Squad 3's been engaging contacts at the hills at Delta 5, 7. Sorry, Delta 4. They're kind of pinned them up.
Oh, as I turned away, 2 people died of a rocket. Oh no, the timing was so sad on that. Wow.
Understood, we are in no contact, no return fire on us.
That's Lex Ryan too. That's a squad leader. Another one dies to a rocket. Clamor dies. Operator gets tagged up. Alright, it's all popping off here. I caught the second rocket at least, and that's a squad leader down. Lex Ryan was the squad leader up here. He gets killed, so they are already hurting on comms. Wow, really excellent job by these guys to shut this entire flank down. And that's it for this flank. That's it for these guys. As you can see, a couple more, looks like a couple more tags are happening. No one's really dying other than up here, but they're getting shot up, taking some shots on the INS side. This is where the INS have to put a hurt on the U.S. really hard, because once the U.S. takes these hills, and starts really laying into the cache here, it's going to be pretty much done. Unless they can inflict enough damage on them to make that not realistic. Excellent rocket. Okay, we've settled down for a second. I want to see who this was. Who was it? Garrett. Garrett gets 3 kills with those rockets. Excellent job. I think he did end up dying. No, he may have died respawned at the beginning of the round. He's still up and alive. So Garrett gets those kills with the rockets. Whew. Quite the start. Quite the start for INS. As Thomas on the INS side has gone down. So I believe he's the first INS casualty. Probably a product of, as someone said, the Rogue 50 cal round coming up from over by Humvee Hill here. Some good fire going down, but too bad. Too bad that Garrett and his fire team was on top of it. And Blackbeard. We're all on top of it up there. 'Cause they got chopped up. Clamor dead. Yeah, bro. You got rocketed, my friend. I was unlucky. Half of your squad got rocketed. Oh, a nice shot on the Humvee.
One hit on it, one MRAP.
And the MRAP, excuse me.
Very nice. Yeah, 3, just keep maintaining that position.
So this is the,
Peek if you don't feel comfortable peeking.
I'll give you guys a little rundown of, yeah, HMV2 exposed. Yeah, called it. Yeah, perfect timing. So a rundown of, if you never played Logar before, the strategy in vanilla, not the one lives, but in vanilla would be to put a vehicle repair station on this hill or this hill, just nose the HMV over, kill everything in the town, and back up to the repair station over and over and over again.
Okay.
Obviously, there is no repair station in there is no repair station in the One Life stuff, at least not in this op.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest.
But that is how it
sure. I mean, if you want to,
has played out in the past.
They don't know where my Charlie team is, so if they try and push us, they're going to get hit in the flank.
Yeah, I'm only gonna do that if push you though. So like if they step into Bravo 3-6, then I'll send 2. But for now,
Yeah, copy
keep doing
that.
it.
You guys can hear Kuba saying, you know, pretty much that he doesn't want to overcommit to anything, which is smart, especially as defense. I wonder if he has any idea about the damage he caused up here, because he's being pretty conservative, which I think is fine. Doesn't want to get overly aggressive. More rockets going out into the Humvee as this squad still is pinned down over here. They're without their squad leader, so probably trying to struggle to figure out what to do. Of course, if you have not played our event so far, when the squad leader goes down, the command radio is passed down to the fire team leads, but if they go down, then the squad is without command comms, so they're on their own until they can regroup. I'm not exactly sure who the fire team leads for that squad are, but they're probably scrambling after they lost their squad leader. Could they build sandbag wall in front of the Humvee? Yeah, technically. Yeah, if they have any rifleman sandbags, then yes, they could. Sound like another hit go up. No one dead. Dropped a little bit too low. You can see the dust settling from where that one hit. Kind of curious how this fight's going to go. So this is Dorf and his guys. Dorf, of course, very experienced, especially at the urban combat. Doing well to just send only a buddy team forward, not get everyone killed. And playing it nice and patient. All right, they are calling clear, moving across the road, nice and slow. I'm a little surprised there's not more. I think this is a mistake here, possibly a mistake from this fire team. They're playing very close to each other, which can be helpful, but they're not necessarily gathering a lot of info.
I can still have eyes on 2.
So this could be a bit of a mistake. Oh, flicker goes down.
Okay. 2.
And there we go. And you could hear those shots coming back from over my shoulder are coming from the hill, that Humvee hill. They've got them dialed in right now on that building. There goes another RPG. That was a miss.
The enemy could have advanced where? We're trying to find that out right now.
2, you have
This is
7.
2. This is 2. We got 2 hits on 2 MRAPs, and we got infantry to our direct east.
Okay, copy 2. 2, if you need to.
Alright, so not a bad opener, but
2,
they
you might
haven't
need to
really
hold
done
that. If
much
they're pushing into you,
with
that's
the
your eastern
advantage they
flank.
just
You're gonna
got.
need to hold those buildings there, so.
Which is okay, but they could have taken that opportunity to move somewhere else, get a little bit bigger of an advantage after they killed Flicker. But it is what it is. That's another one down. They're starting to take them back. I do think that them not spreading out here is maybe a bit of a mistake. And getting a bit more info. They could have possibly already identified these guys coming up here. I have not heard the town being called out as heavy point of contact yet, and that's not great, as you can kind of see this giant line that's forming as pretty much the entirety of the attacking U.S. team has made it across the town, which is a really tough spot for them to get across. Although the Humvee up on the hill does make it pretty easy. Oh! And as we're looking at this fight, the Humvee goes down. Imanaz, you can see, is dead. Goon is dead. Nice shots. We saw the one hit, but not the second one. I was too busy focusing on the close quarters fight up here that the Humvee squad got schwacked. These guys are still putting some shots down, although, like I said, U.S. is now across the town.
Hi, Sled V. Oddball DC'd, right? Did he die, or did he just
I know. Yes. I can lay down already.
Plug goes down. Nice job moving up as a fire team. G-Man gets cut down probably from Chameleon and Harv up there. So nice crossfire coming in. Trading out that kill eventually. This is where it gets dangerous. Oh boy, Lima, you goofball. Shoots his friend. Frost is right where they were earlier.
Well, I might try and push it. Yeah, I'll do it.
just like peek over the hill to your east a little bit, just in case.
Break, be advised. Infantry C449.
Harv calling out the
they're
contacts
circling
here.
my Bravo team that's down south in the C446 area.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so
Oh.
one, if they're pushing two pretty hard, I just kind of want you peeking over the hill, seeing if you can support two.
Copy.
So Harv calls this one out.
Oddball's back. Still
Oddball.
maintaining some.
Dorf is in a bit of a risky spot here if he peeks his head up. Although he's being pretty careful, which is good. Trying to spot these last two guys out. Some good calls. Meanwhile, they're sucking up a lot of pressure. Hawk gets killed off of this really nice job from the Humvees and everybody up in the two eastern hills. They did a lot of damage and put a lot of work in. As we got some breaches starting to happen here. Oh boy.
Doors.
Viper calls it, grabs Liberal. Modern Death
In the doors.
knows they're there, being nice and patient.
I just dropped one.
Viper calls out the kill.
Yeah,
Modern Death's going to grab him. If he peeks this, Modern Death's got him. Oh, he's pulling a nade out. Not sure where it went. Ooh, too far back. Oh, he does tag, though. Tinkerbell gets tagged. Oh, as the breachers come around. Nice job. Viper goes down. Modern Death goes down. Oh, beautiful. I really wish I could have heard those comms, because Tinkerbell is probably saying, I'm holding. Storm and B-Car grabbing their guys, running them around east on a nice crossfire flank. Very well done. Nice patience from everyone that you're looking at on screen now. Tinkerbell, B-Car, Storm, Rock, Jones, all five. Nice patience. Oh, Tinkerbell does go down to the IED, though. The bait IED. But losing only one is not the worst thing in the world.
That was the IED.
Okay, copy.
Yeah, anytime someone's
A
plugged
Cardi
in my
gets
ID,
tagged
just go
up.
Command comms, because I'm gonna think that the couch is fucked. Yeah, just
Hey, from the north of my position, they're heading straight for one.
I think Revy's the last one down here from this
Okay,
Eastern fire team that they were engaging.
Don't know if this has been reported up to you, but we killed the MRAP on this.
There is contact 20 meters to my east, possible Bravo 3-3.
Yeah,
Okay, copy. Don't worry about the contact
Blackbeard
issues, thank you, 3.
calling east, and there's guys north. They're actually getting reflanked as B-Card, I believe, trades. Harv is also over here. Harv is a squad leader. This is a big loss if they end up losing. B-Car was also a squad leader. Or, no, excuse me, no, he wasn't. Storm is a squad leader over here. Still, B-Car trades off. Looks like Harv goes down. Viper down. That's another squad leader down. And Harv, Chameleon's dead. Really excellent job in this compound from Storm's guys. All his guys did a really, really nice job right there. Making those contacts. Pretty quick work of them.
3, are you not taking contact on the south, right?
While we're looking at this main push, we got lots of contacts up north of those guys flanking, getting caught out by Saucy, Grunt, JP, and DZ.
Hopefully if there's anybody left, we'll come back. But 3, if you're not
Very
taking
nice
contact
job
on
being
the south,
alert
I need
to
you
their
come
flanks, and they're
Yeah,
re-engaging.
get your squad in a position. Get your squad in a position where you can see the east side of the compound, because the compound's in a very bad location. Yeah, one.
Right, okay, so I might go down here because my position is getting thoroughly fucking overrun at this point. I have eyes on the enemy NRAP. It looks like it's, there's one guy next to it. It is approximately, I think it's the Charlie 461, or close to.
Blackbeard's
There is
calling the
contact
enemy
all around me.
presumed
They're all around my position.
MRAP
NRAP is
out.
outside.
He is right. He's getting surrounded. This big flank is really paying off. As this fire team up here really did a nice job catching the even bigger flank coming out from the U.S.
You just gotta get in the position on that hill where you can cover every angle to the east.
Ooh, lots of action right there. Lots of action. Pretty successful push from the U.S. Towards the main town and also the north.
One, remember to remind your guys if you
Getting
lose
chopped up.
comms that they just have to come back here.
Let's take a look. So kills 11
Okay,
to
so
19.
My,
So
my Charlie unit's actually
INS doing a lot of work on the U.S. But the U.S. are making it. They're getting there. They're getting to that critical position of
my Charlie
these
unit's
hills
off. I can't get them
and
back
laying
to
all
me.
the fire
This
down
guy's
into
between them and me.
the enemy cache
I
location.
will need backup north here because it's just me and silent about 100 meters away.
MRAP's moving north via the road at Delta 494.
Smart
shifting north.
call here to pull the
I'm gonna
guys
shift
north
because that's
back.
our opening.
They're
3,
compromised.
send
They
the
were
fire
definitely
team
dead if they
around the western
stayed.
side.
They're getting the hell out of there. Live to fight another day. They've actually got a bit of a flank going on anyway. So nice job to pull them back. I don't know how I didn't kill Tinkerbell and B-Car. Yeah, so you B-Car was very low, and Tinker got shot. You'd shoot him, but not kill. And that nade would I think it was just too far back in that room that you threw. Unfortunately. Oh boy. Dorf's bringing his squad. The hammer. Pony's telling him, bring the hammer down on these guys up north. They're about to crush them. It's about to be like a 4v9 up here. Although I will say, Blackbeard does have a chance for some pretty good info. He's actually in a pretty good spot to see what's happening here. Although it's just him anymore. So you can't really defend it too well. As we see the south of the map pretty much abandoned. And we saw there was so many casualties coming out from the U.S. side. They're just... Pony's making the call to...
One of my scouts
make a guess as to where they're weakest, where they have the most control, to regroup, and then take them there.
Break. The compound directly east of Maine and north of me, west of me.
Blackbeard is calling out contacts to the north.
Bravo 347 and Bravo 346 are occupied by the enemy team.
Which is a correct call out.
Okay, copy.
So
Oh yeah, and oddball, I'll allow it a bit, sure.
a bit unfortunately for the attackers, this is everything. This is pretty much all of the people on this team that you're looking at on screen.
With that fire team.
Pony's pretty much recalled everyone up here and try to make a push for the point that they're weakest at. There you can see the MRAP is down south a little bit.
They're also in the compound A36.
Where's your fire team on? Because I don't see him.
Be advised, enemy MRAP is moving through the valley. Is approximately Bravo 395.
Bravo 395, okay, copy. Yeah, they're making a northern push. Oddball, go ahead.
There you go.
Yeah.
Kuba saying they're making a northern
I've got
push.
a fire team just south of the fob, covering the east.
Zero is actually on the other side of this wall.
Pushing northwest.
Okay.
Oh, he's throwing a nade. I respect it. I respect the effort.
Eyes on enemy infantry around that intersection.
Copy.
So nice job from the SLs from the defending INS side. I don't know if you heard, but they're calling out this northern push correctly. Kuba's got a pretty good idea that they're consolidating. Pretty smart. Pretty well done. 0 point goes down to Pony, who does a nice job as command nonetheless, getting nice and wide. Although he is in, oh boy, he's in a bit of a dangerous spot here. We have command and a squad lead right next to each other.
Are they being engaged? Have they been spotted?
They've been engaged. They're not anymore. They're gonna try and.
I would
Boy,
like
he's so
them
close to
kind of
being able
hold
to
there.
see Garrett.
They push us.
You might have actually seen him
tossing
tossing a nade.
Oh,
Oh, directly on top of Garrett. That's a Kobe right there. Nice nade from Pony.
Okay, so I've lost my entire fire team in the north. There is at least a squad plus an MRAP in the north. Probably two, actually, at this point.
Blackbeard saying
Is Silence still alive with you?
the exact right thing, which is that there's at least a squad plus north, because there definitely is. This is all of the attackers left. This is everybody left on the attacking side up north.
Yeah, copy that. Audio
If you want to, you can.
MRAP. Stand by.
Surprised he didn't hear the grenade, I know, but even if he did, he was probably not in a position to really move. That was a juicy nade. It literally landed right in his lap. As the rest of the U.S. are using the MRAP as some cover here, moving forward. Unfortunately, the gambit didn't really pay off for him down towards the center of town. It's too heavily defended, as we mentioned. This hill that Blackbeard is on is kind of the one we're focusing on. It's the one they wanted to get up top, but it was too heavily defended.
I'm just getting southern security,
Got slaughtered.
but I don't see anything.
Okay, copy. Blackbeard, is there no one near you right now? Are you good? If Blackbeard has not taken contact yet, I think the remainder of their force is in the northwest. So like Alpha 3-6, Bravo 3-4.
Smart.
Maybe east of Blackbeard too.
Smart. Smart by Kuba.
I don't think they're east of me or are being shot. If they are, they're far east of me. I'm pretty sure they're in these compounds to the northwest, north and northwest.
Okay, so if that's the remaining force, then they're gonna be have to come in from the northwest.
North, 100 meters of at like 8497 approximately. There's a couple of guys, so they're coming in from the northwest.
Okay, copy.
So Kuba's definitely right. Blackbeard hasn't taken any contact.
This MRAP,
So they are northwest. So what do we got? We kind of have guys spread out a little bit. They've got control of these southern hills compound. They have a couple guys in these compounds, but if they push this, they're going to be not in a great spot.
High ground, I know Silence and AR, if you can kind of just set up, if you want to, I don't know. I mean, since you're buddy team, you can honestly do whatever you want. Just roam around.
Yeah, no worries. I'm conscious of the fact that okay, so basically, I'm pretty sure they've cleared out the Bravo 346 compound. They're might be still in the Alpha 3691, but judging by the way they're moving, I'm pretty sure they're going to be taking that ridge, or I would be taking that ridge at the Alpha 337 mark.
And then I think it'll be
Blackbeard
Alpha
literally is
493
calling out what they're
their
doing
assaults.
as they're doing it.
That's what I'm
Really
worried
nice
about, 'cause that's
reads.
also high ridge.
Really nice reads from Blackbeard, who's done a lot of this type of stuff. Nice calls,
I'd be
taking the
advised,
ridge
I've just
down.
had
That's
a
what the
call
one we're
out.
looking
They
at.
are occupying the Alpha 367 compound near Insurgent Main.
Copy.
It should be a spooky Halloween map. That's what I'm saying.
So again, oddball for your sleeper side.
You gotta
My
pretend.
big worry is that
Lava,
they
you
will
gotta
take
pretend.
that 496 hill,
Break,
so your
break,
sleepers.
break. A337 enemy MRAP, also infantry. They're on that ridge line.
I've lost him.
Oh, there we go. Slevy's trying to listen for him. I'm not sure you can hear him though. Again, more long-range engagements coming. Trying to cover this ridge approach off. They haven't really played too aggressively though. I wonder if that might be a little bit of a mistake. As they haven't really defended this ridge hard, they've just kind of let them run down. Yeah, I think you're right, Hyper. This op is this is an October op. Oh wow, that was close.
What the fuck?
Sledvy. Bagus, nice job with the crossfire. Really good job covering his sector right there.
There's one
Staying
guy by
disciplined,
that
watching the
ramp.
door.
Woo.
Yo, they're in the village west. My guys are in close contact.
Couple nades, not very effective on top of the roof.
Yo, I'm gonna set an ID, man.
Oh no. Oh, it's so. Oh, he's clean. Sledvy's clean. Grabs JP's dead, takes no damage. Really, really excellent. Now he knows there's another one over there too. At least one more.
Run away. Thanks.
Oh, he's so clean. CQB. He's the hero. Sledvy's the hero. Oh boy, that was a close one. Really close. Sledvy takes down Grunt. Don't know if he saw Saucy run across.
Moved up on the hill north.
That MRAP has no gunner, and they've pulled some dudes off it. So I think they've quote-unquote abandoned it.
Oh boy, I want to take 1 second and look at where the other guys are. They're moving around towards Blackbeard. Blackbeard's going to take some contact. You'll hear him probably about 30 seconds call some stuff out.
Really quickly, oddball. What's your strength count?
Strength count is
Well, they
6.
fled into the open road. and I
Sorry,
shot
7
one.
including me.
Okay, Boogie, you're 5. Second. Boogie, what's your strength count?
I
Yeah,
guess
we're full.
there's at least
All right, let's go
one
see what
on
Blackbeard
the side of the
sees.
road.
Sledvy Bagus with the 2-man brick wall up here. He's
Right. Okay. So
Oh,
I
he's
saw
got
some
it
guys
here.
pull off for the MRAP back east. So they're
He's in his binoculars.
They're either
No,
going
Blackbeard.
far west,
He's in his binoculars. He can't see anything.
side of the
Oh
or
my
they're
god.
back east, and they're going to hit me basically right on top of my position.
They've all passed him.
That's
I
the
think
only.
potentially.
He doesn't know they're there.
I think potentially.
He hasn't called them out yet. It's a disaster for
They're
him.
engaging them right now.
Blackbeard just called out contact on.
Do you want me to throw my team?
There he goes. Oh, he goes down to rock. Didn't see the rock though. Right next to him, lurking in the trees. Blackbeard's down. Silence the only one up here. They did call the fire team out, which is good, even though they ran right past him. You know, until they fix the highlights? I know, dude. I'm waiting for the day. I'm sorry about the other cameras flying around, guys, but I want to catch everyone's names. Until it gets impossible to watch, I'll keep it like this.
Man, we got guys calling out movement to his west,
Oh, man.
straight on the compound.
They're bypassing silent. Meanwhile, the push down the ridge is broken down too.
Frags as they enter. Yep.
U.S. getting.
Yeah, they're still in the west.
Sledvy is still here.
Okay. 3, if you could also like take that southern hill of the compound and like watch the western side. They're calling.
No, dude, don't do it, Sledvy. Don't do it. Don't do it to him, man.
We got AR just north.
I mean, the man is a
of
brick
the
wall.
objective building near the road. So get set, everybody that's inside.
This push down the ridge has really broken apart for the U.S. Really tough. Sledvy Baggis doing a really nice job over here. I think Baggis is dead. I'm not 100% sure what they're shooting at. Oh! Oh, such a good peek. He heard him run away, peeked him. Didn't quite get anybody, but he also doesn't get killed either. That was a really nice play to listen for the movement. Boy, that was close. That was really, really close. Oh, there. He heard the breacher's charge too, I think. As Piggy does a nice job poking his head over off the stairs on the roof. Takes down the brick wall himself, Sledvy. Does a nice job over there to lock down this ridge push for so long with himself and Baggis doing a ton of work. But it does end. And as we saw up there, Pony's dead. So that is U.S. attacking command also down just now from this group inside the cache proper with Kuba, dropping attacking command. This is the point where I would say normally stuff's going to fall apart, but if you notice who is alive, who I'm staring at right now, Dorf is second in command up here. So he'll be taking over. He's done a lot of commanding, so if there's one person I think who could bring back a command down like this, I think it might be him. So it's not over quite yet for the U.S. Kabooble, what's up, dude? What's up? Hope your night is going well. Welcome, welcome, man. We are starting to get close to the end of round 1, so you came at a pretty good time.
Sit rep, guys. What's going on? Bit quiet. Cool.
Speaking
Yeah,
of
we
sit
have no
rep,
contact
let's
on the compound
take a look.
yet. I'm assuming
We've got
any
a couple
contact goes
people
north
alive
from
here. We got,
stragglers.
see, Dorf is right here. He's calling everybody to his
So
position,
just,
trying to get all of his forces left
three's the
to
only
him
spot
and make
that
one
is
more
outside
push.
the compound
That is
at the
Dorf,
moment.
Random Person, Soviet Piggy,
Yes.
Sergeant Jackson, B Saucy, Rock 865. I think are the last ones alive on that whole team. As I say that, Piggy goes down, gets lit up from the field. I believe that's Harv. That's Music Cue,
Yeah, I'm
excuse me.
assuming they're back at the hill. Alpha 496. That's what I was calling out earlier.
Kuba playing this nice and safe, not getting too aggressive, getting the information. Everyone's doing their job, watching their sectors, calling out what they need to be calling out. It's really, really well defended here. Rock also goes down from the death
The
compound
west on the hill.
that Kuba is in.
Alpha 493, 100 meters from the compound.
They're just getting picked off one by one. One by one. We are down to 4 alive for the attackers. 4 alive. Dorf probably just laid out this whole beautiful plan. They're going to go 3 and 3, and they were going to attack 2 sides, and then 2 of them just died on the hill. That's typically how this stuff goes. This music cue's making life hard for Dorf, too, laying down some shots behind the rocks at him. Happened upon the stream looks fun. Hey, welcome, welcome, man. Not sure if
They must not have a lot left, I guess.
if you've seen our ops
Yeah, I don't
or
think
know
so.
what the events
Couple
are.
stragglers might be coming in from our
But
northeast,
I'll go over
they're
the
not going
rules
west anymore.
again after this round. So this round will finish up. We'll take a break,
I'm keeping my guys.
and then we'll switch sides,
they're doing
and
anything
everyone will
on
be
south,
on the
but,
same team,
yeah, it
just
looks
flipped
good.
roles.
I see a smoke northwest.
And then we'll go again. I'll go ahead and go over the op again, go over what's going on, so you won't have missed out on anything. Hey, what's up, Striker? This is the first round.
Yeah,
they have not
they're
swapped
fucking on the
sides.
west, they're throwing
So
smoke
what
already.
you're looking at right now is the Dorf, Random Person, Sergeant Jackson, B Saucy are the last 4 alive. Last 4 alive for the attackers right now. I think they might just live on this hill, guys. They might just set up a little shack on this hill, start a family, you know what I mean? Open up maybe a farm. As Dorf goes down, Dorf extra dead, gets domed by someone in this compound and then RPG'd for good measure. He ain't coming back anytime soon. Someone else died as well. Random person's pinned. Saucy's getting tagged up. This is going to be it. Bam. Saucy's dead. Last person. Random person. He's the 1v10 monster. Sitting behind a rock. You answered thank you. No problem, my man. No problem. No problem. Woo. I am happy to answer any and every question that comes my way. Maybe he should start negotiations right now. What do you think? He should tell him if you surrender now, if the defenders surrender now, he'll let him live, or else he's gonna have to go Hulk mode on him. Oh no, he gets shot. It's all going wrong.
Yeah, we're trying to engage the last guy. I'm presuming the last guy is just.
I don't know where that one went.
Go ahead. Hey, go for it, buddy. Go.
Yeah, we're going for.
Yep, we are about to finish up the first round, guys. We are just about to finish up the first round. Oh, he's 1 hit from dead. RPG comes in too late. He's still alive. Oddball's going crazy. He's going psycho. Brazier's up there too. Uh-oh, there it is. He's trying to knife him. That's what I like to see. GG. The admin says GG.
Yeah, do we win?
Good game. Good game. Good game. All right, guys. Okay. So, on that round, defenders win. Defenders win. It was a nice fight. I'm curious to see where the caches will spawn next round and how this is going to go. We're going to run a quick intermission, guys. Go grab a snack. Go grab a drink. I will go over, don't worry if you're just joining us, I'll go over everything for the second round. I'll go over the operation, what's going on, who's doing what, who's where. In just a few minutes, I'll go grab a drink, go grab a snack, and hang out. We'll be back in a little bit.
Shoot in the corners of the room, guys.
Throwing smoke. Frag out, frag out. Let's go.
Okay, cool.
We got
Yeah.
engaged from the north on the bunkers that we're currently.
Salty potato.
Hold fire that BTR, hold fire that BTR, friendly fire the BTR, friendly fire the BTR! Fucking Christ, it's still shooting!
Relax, dude. They're not shooting at you. You're getting ganked by someone else.
Well, he's dead, so.
All runs in.
Oh,
If the push comes from
They're
the
fucking
north
surrounding us.
and the east, two, you're
Yeah.
gonna be the flanking element. You're gonna push through
I gotta reload.
northeast, and then start engaging from that
Oh, Bert and Isaac are gonna throw a grenade in.
That's a nade. Nade.
Unlucky, it landed on the little pedestal there. Zero real defensive positions here.
Seeing shit in the field, so if I'm really just that crazy.
Check, fight milk, you're crazy.
The way the grass moves makes me think I'm seeing stuff, man.
I mean, at this point, he actually is.
Nope, you're not seeing anything.
Yeah.
You're not seeing anything. Entire INS fire team goes through.
This might be bad.
Oh, and Garrett gets killed from his side. Looks like Nasty Nate. Ooh, a grenade. Bad grenade. Aware of Sloth here. Keeping about 10 meters.
Yeah. Got it.
K9 comes around. Oh boy.
Here's the baguette. It's served really hot and fat. You have to open your mouth really wide and consume it.
Well, I'm an ethereal being speaking to you from another dimension. How does that work for your restaurant?
With you. That's it. When it hits terminal velocity, and then it can travel through space-time.
Holy fuck, shut up.
Literally going.
And then it's these guys here on the west. Look at line of beam. Set up, just spraying the. Oh no. Oh no, it's a turkey shoot for him. It's a turkey shoot. Lima beam. Oh no.
We're trying to get to whatever position you can. Yeah, setting up a hit stance.
No, they vacated the area. It's just Rager by himself now.
Bartok's so smart, not shooting right away, getting a nice job. He's figuring the situation out. He gets the knife kill. There it is, dude. That's a whammy right there. Bartok knifes
Definitely
command, by the way.
Excellent. Digging a radio so they can't use those.
Well, since they're not showing themselves, Trenton's gonna go ahead and kill 3 people.
All right, guys. Hope you're back. Hope you're settled in. It's about time for round 2 of Operation Nightmare. Let me just spend a second here. If you are just coming into the stream, let me give you a lowdown on the ops. If you are actually new to squad ops, new to the events, you haven't seen our events before, I want to go over the rules one more time really quickly. So what you're about to be seeing here is a one life event. It is not a normal match of squad. There are no respawns. Once you are down, meaning once you are on the ground incapacitated, that's it. You give up. There is no reviving. As well as a couple other small changes that have been made via a mod. That is the main rule set, among a couple other things. A couple other big changes, something to note here is on the map when you would typically see everybody on your whole team, you'll only be able to see squad leaders and fire team leaders. So we're restricting some of the view that people have, restricting some of their knowledge. So they have to use a little bit more communication to, figure out where their friendlies are, maybe prevent some friendly fire, especially on this map, which can be a little bit dark, a little bit tough. But regardless, the main thing you got to know is this is a one life event, so you're going to see a lot less rushing and a lot more tactical, a lot more movement, a lot more thought put into the movements going on here. So, what you're looking at on screen is the map for this operation. It is Logar Valley. And really quickly, I just want to mention the rules. So, the INS, which is the guys in blue, the defense, are going to spawn at any of the random cache locations that are in that red zone. Their goal is to defend their commander and the cache location for as long as possible. And the attackers, the US, are to take out that HVT, which is the commander, and the cache location, and then exfil to that blue square that you see in, I believe that's D2, Delta 2 keypad. So that's it. It's pretty straightforward. It's a pretty up and down op. It's straightforward in the rules, but the execution is far more difficult than you might think, just because of the layout of the map. It's a little bit dark. The map market changes, all that stuff really come into play, really let the commanders and squad leaders shine. And of course, their squaddies who are doing the heavy lifting with the weapons themselves. So that is a quick rundown of the op. If you have any more questions, of course, I'm reading chat all the time. Let me know. Otherwise, let me get on over into the game, as I believe they are starting to work on plans here. All right, so if you take a look, where are we going to be starting at? Pony is on the defense this round. He was attacking last round. Last round, the defense won, although I will say I believe he has chosen to fortify this position right here, which is a very forward position. I applaud his choice of position here.
Alright, Jack, yeah, you guys know
I'll
that
take
terrain.
the northern hill.
Bring in the police. What's up, Drit? So, as you can see, Pony's strategy is kind of genius.
Alright.
So, if you've never played Logar Valley before,
You guys are to ambush the American forces if they are
these
foolish
two
enough
hills,
to,
specifically
push
this hill,
on
which we would call
mounted
Humvee or
vehicles
Crow's
directly
Hill,
towards, that
is
area.
where
You will destroy them all.
these are incredibly
Glorious
strong
massacre.
positions.
You can take...
Right? These are incredibly strong positions. Typically, what will happen is the U.S., the attackers, will take these two hills and get themselves set up. It sounds to me like Pony got a good spawn for his cache. He wants to take the fight to them on the hills, which I think is awesome.
I'm going to take that as a yes.
Correct.
Apparently
Just
we only get the two Logitechies. So what we're going to do is we're going to have the other two squads. We're going to have,
Hey, sorry, I'm
Lex.
I phone call. 1 second.
Okay, that's fine. Your squad's not going to be going anywhere.
I'm listening. I'm also listening to
Okay,
Pony
Lex,
here,
I
but
want your squad to go and secure our northern flank by occupying the compounds up there. And then Dorf's guys are going to occupy the compounds in and around the fob. So basically what's going to happen is we're going to build defenses there while Jack and Storm buy us time. Once they've bought us as much time as they can, they will fall back into the town. Storm's forces will take up the position here. Jack's forces will fall all the way back into these buildings back here, and he might, Jack, you also should probably send like at least an AR buddy team up there to that building, because they'll have good overwatch on the area that we're going to be fighting in. Honestly, you can send yourself anywhere back in any of these POIs is all good. Just you're falling back in that general direction.
I was going to suggest if they don't come from the east, then my squad could kind of hide beyond the ridge until they get close to the objective and then pounce them like Zulus.
That's true, yeah. If they literally don't, if they all go north. And try
Bobby,
and
is there a
wrap
time
around in that
limit, or
direction,
has that never been an issue?
I'm not sure why they would,
So,
but they might.
not
Jack,
typically
you
our
can
ops
find
aren't
your guys up on
timed.
that mountain, and then you can
You can
massacre
see
them
there's
when
an
they
8-hour
attack
time
from
limit on
that.
the map, and typically our
Dorf,
ops
your
aren't
guys are
timed.
gonna be directly on the objective in the surrounding in case you
The
didn't copy.
event admins who are running this game from the sky, they will move the game along at a decent pace. But no, there's typically not a hard time limit. All right, so what you guys are just hearing is Pony's plan, which is to push out to these hills do as much damage as possible, send one squad to hold this Y intersection here, hold the center of town, and then start to pull back and occupy the hills surrounding the cache. So he's picked this aggressive cache probably to take the fight to them early, which I think is really fun and really smart, and grab these hills as fast as possible. This is not a particularly, let's put it like this. If the U.S. can take these two hills we're looking at, this cache that he's picked is completely screwed. It's completely screwed. Because, you can see. You could see perfectly fine from these hills where I am. This is about as high as it'll be if you're playing. You can see perfectly down to there and even easier from over here. He is completely playing for these two hills and banking that his guys can cap those hills and hold, and then not get outflanked by sending a squad to that Y intersection that's over here. That is the gambit that Pony's going with right now, which I think is funny and fun, and it's a bit unique. And I'm kind of curious to see if it's going to catch the attackers off guard a little bit, since typically those two hills are always captured by the U.S.
We're gonna brief flake immediately.
And you can see this Y intersection that Pony was talking about. I believe Lex is going to hold, with his guys going to move up here, get nice and spread, prevent any kind of a big flank coming in, and then they're going to take those hills and use those hills as a base fire for their cache. Yeah, I think this is going to be a really interesting round. I think this is going to be a lot of fun. I really applaud him on the plan here. I'm going to go ahead and head over to Pony. It sounds like he's with the best to brief his guys.
The Americans are going to try and assassinate.
Let's take a listen.
Wretched. We also need to defend the weapons cache, which I will be hanging out nearby, because if that gets destroyed, well, our efforts in the region will be seriously hampered. How we're going to do it? Squad 1 under the command of Storm is going to go and seize Crow's Hill. At the same time, Squad 4 under the command of Jack is going to seize the hill they were on last round as the Americans. Then they are going to ambush any American forces foolish enough to rush up in trucks towards the objective. Then, what the rest of the team is doing, Lex, Ryan's guys, they're going to occupy the northern area, and they're going to defend us against American assaults from that direction. And then Jacko 800's, Storm, Dwarf's guys are going to defend the compound itself and the surrounding compounds. Now, if Storm and Jack get pushed off of their hills, Storm is going to fall back into this area and defend our north as well against American forces making closer incursions. And then Jack is going to be falling back to basically any of the compounds in this general area to provide overwatch. Or if the Americans by chance decide to go around the north end and do not come from our direct east, then what he's going to do is sit up on top of that hill and make them regret that decision until the moment the bullets from on high rain down and shatter their pathetic skulls. Any questions? You have 20 seconds to ask them.
Pony, we need another ammo crate really quick.
Alright, apparently you need another ammunition crate.
Alright, you heard the plan. Hey, thanks, Hyper. Have a good night. I appreciate you hanging out, man. I appreciate you hanging out and being active in the stream. Hope you have a great night. Thoughts on wall building and destruction? I would love wall building and destruction. It's one of the reasons why I think when we do ops that allow you to, I guess you say quote-unquote super fob, so build a bunch of sandbags and stuff like that, it's really fun because those are destructible. Sandbags are destructible, so it makes it real interesting when you have a big structure that's kind of built out of those because you kind of have the destructible stuff. So we're not quite live. Pony's getting his guys to they're pushing them to the maximum limit of where they can start at.
Any positions you want the ID placed at?
But I do agree that I think destructible stuff would be a great addition. The only problem is sometimes it can affect performance of the game when you have lots of moving pieces like that, but it would be a cool thing to have for sure. We're about to hit live, and we'll get to see this one play out.
Are we live? We should be live, right?
Yes, we should be live. Go.
Here we go. Oh, this first engagement means everything right now, guys. This is the entire game right here. What's about to happen?
We got enemy trucks approaching from the east.
Kill them all! Kill them all!
Oh my god, this is so tense.
Murder every last one of them, Storm.
Enemies on my hill.
Jack,
They're
they're
on my
coming
hill.
towards.
Jack, wipe them out.
They got spotted. That's a miss. No one's dead yet somehow. Muffin misses, but also manages to not die.
Permission to go to Jack. We're going in.
There's a nice hit from, I believe, Goon, that is. Storm's getting shot already by these guys. Oh, Chameleon jumped out. Is that going to be the death of him, I wonder?
We pushed them off. We pushed them off. We won.
Good work. One, clean them up.
We have
Finish
a full
them.
squad to our east. Approximate position, Delta 431.
Oh, boy. Excellent job. Excellent job by the defense here. By Jack's squad. Getting that last shot. Getting him to get out of there. Holding this hill for a bit longer. Really, really, really good stuff. And, of course, Storm's guys putting some hurt down on the U.S. instantly and getting him to hold, too. No one has died. No one even got hit up north.
Yeah, yes.
No one even got shot.
They have a full squad coming in from the east.
Oh, there it is! There it is! One MRAP down.
Lex, any audible or visual on Ameriburgers coming from the north?
One MRAP down. That's another beautiful one. Really, really well played. This is excellent placement. A really nice job by Pony and a nice job by Storm to get his guys in a crossfire. Oh, man. They don't even know what's happening right now. The U.S. does not know what's happening.
Hey, if you two can fall back, that would probably be best. However, if you cannot, then that is okay. Also, Clay, can I get an answer on dropping that 50?
Enemies northeast.
Yep. Be aware there's some guys to our northeast.
Yeah. I'll get it.
Delta 465.
Storm's making some nice calls, saying northeast. That's exactly right. They've really done a nice job holding the entire U.S. team up, denying them the strongest positions on the map. They've denied them that, and they've taken down one of the MRAPs early.
Let me know if you need us to fall back.
Well, now they just need to relax, chill out. U.S. is putting a lot of fire on the hill. They're not actually maneuvering onto them, so they're not actually getting a lot done necessarily. They're shooting a lot of bullets, but they're not getting any kills, and they're not getting any position either. And now Storm has these buildings locked down. RPG shot comes out. Not going to land.
Storm, can you fall back, or it kind of looks like not, but...
We're pushing them. We're trying to take down the next MRAP.
Copy. Jesus Christ.
Storm's getting a bit aggressive here, trying to get the next MRAP. I respect the play though. They got one. They're feeling good. Oh, they got another kill. Sasa goes down.
Yeah, they have no idea I'm here, Pony.
Godzilla shoots, misses with that one. Oh man, this is just savage. How many died with that vehicle? I believe 2 or 3 died with the vehicle. Yeah, I think just 2 because they just got a 3rd kill and they have 3 kills right now. So 2 in the vehicle. Luckily, it wasn't the populated vehicle for him.
Pony, I've had contact on the Delta.
So they've lost 2 in the vehicle and then 1 on the hill over here. All right, so while we're watching this play, we gotta notice there's this northern squad making a push. Blackbeard's taking his guys. all the way around north. Luckily, this is excellent job from Lex. Take a look at what Lex is doing. He's got nice spacing. This is what I wanted to see the first round. Okay, he's got nice spacing all around, covering all this area. He's going to be able to know exactly where and how many they're pushing with because he has good info. And they're covering off this northern flank. This is really, really excellent job. Nice plan by Pony and nice execution by Lex, getting nice spacing.
We're in desperate need of anti-tank rockets.
Forward, pull back. Just pull back over the ridge line. Just fall back.
We good for now. They can't really hit us.
Congratulations. No, you just
One of them is dead.
You just said you don't have any.
Money is down.
Fall back. There you go. There's your command. Fall back.
Roger.
We have a 50 cal to watch that ridge line. Do not worry.
Couple tags here and there. Only lost one so far for the defense.
I'm gonna attack that northeast base of fire before they can adjust.
I would prefer you not, for the sake of both sportsmanship and the fact that I do want to actually fight in the town.
Alright, copy that. I'll pull back.
Pony's having his guys pull back now. Nice job corralling them on that hill.
I'm sure I will
He wants to fight them in the town. He wants to fight them in the town. That's his goal, is to fight in the town proper, to lure him down out of the hill. So he understands that those hills aren't necessarily defensible. They're not. It's tough to defend from up there. So he gets the kills, gets the MRAP, forces them off the hill at the beginning, tries to get them. He's actually doing such a good job. He's trying to get them to overcorrect, panic, and flank around in the town north, which is kind of what's happening.
Pony, I've been taking some sporadic shots to that hill on the east.
And then they can win the fights in the town if they want. That opening skirmish was amazing. I agree. That was the game right there. If they couldn't shove those MRAPs off, they were too late. If they missed, that was it. But they managed to get up there and make a lot of noise and get an MRAP kill.
Lex, if you, actually, Storm, if you have another good position for a M2 tripod without the scope that's on your main wheel menu over there, you are free to drop one, by the way.
So Blackbeard doing a nice job of not being too greedy with his flank. Okay, one thing to note, guys, is it's so easy to have a flank and be like, yeah, we got the flank, let's go down. Blackbeard is not being greedy at all. He is completely playing for information. He's getting set up rather than wanting to take as much contact as he can, get some kills or whatever. He's doing the smart thing here and not engaging heavily, just trying to spot out where the defenses are and get a better, because the more knowledge the attackers have, the US has, they're really going to be able to do a lot of damage. The only thing that's going to stop them is if they lose so many guys, just like they did first round on the initial push, right? That they kind of aren't effective in attacking, and they have not done that yet.
In Delta 489.
It's getting close with that MRAP kill, but they have not done that yet. And again, the fire you're hearing is just kind of poking them up on the hill, trying to get them off the hills. So again, they're kind of over. They're so far back. I mean, they're so far back. There's not much really that they can see. I'm not seeing anyone. I'm just following Blackbeard right now, but I'm not seeing anyone even getting hit right now, as they're just kind of posturing. Hey, what's up, Cyborg? How you doing, my friend? Hope you're having a great night. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You guys just missed the kickoff of round 2 if you're just joining us now.
Pony, I've got contact flanking us
But
on
you're
the
in
west.
for a good round still.
Copy that, Lex.
So Lex, I think that's probably one of his fire team leaders that spotted Blackbeard. You heard Lex say, we got contacts west. So they do spot the flank, which is nice. Jack's taking one of his guys, Imanaz, over to the west to try to head them off, maybe get some more info. So good job right there. It's going to be it's going to be a timing game. You can see these guys starting to work their way down the hill here. And it's going to be a timing thing between Blackbeard and the main force over here with Kuba. Can they kind of make a push at the same time? Can they distract their way down the hills and into town. Pony lost first round. Yeah, so defense, which was Kubo was defending first round. They won the round. First round. It was a pretty good round, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Man, can we get
it was a fun
assessment
one.
of what you're shooting at from down there?
They have contacts up on the hill that they're blasting at.
But of course, I mean,
probably Bravo
listen, winning and losing the round is nice and everything, but that's really not what it's about. It's about moments like we saw on that hill. That's what it's really about.
The backside of the valley, or
And I think Pony, even though his side ended up losing, did a great job in making it an exciting one.
Overwatch for us as best you can.
Is Blackbeard going to get behind him? He's already behind him, my friend. So he had this called out. So Blackbeard was on this big flank. Lex, who is over here, the squad there that you're looking at, at that Y intersection, called him out. So Jack is now covering this western flank. So they're doing a nice job of shifting themselves and adjusting to the big flank coming in. Even though Blackbeard, I think, played this pretty damn well, he is still getting spotted out, unfortunately, just because that's how this map is. So these guys over here that you're looking at are definitely aware of some western flank. I don't think they know exactly where, but I think they'll know in about a minute where this flank is.
Infantry contacts northwest, 100 meters on the road.
Jack's calling him crossing the road. So there we go. They are aware now.
Alright, I'd say try and lay an ambush for him. 3-1, be advised, we do have enemy contacts approaching us from our far west.
Cap.
Man, so you can see they've abandoned these hills completely.
Which means we're likely going to be getting engaged from both directions and building to building fighting.
These are the strongest positions here, and they could technically just walk up and take them. But they made such a big deal.
I believe that's the majority.
They did so much damage here.
I think we put
they aren't even going to risk it.
They didn't want to push.
There you go. Storm just said it as I'm saying it.
I'm skeptical that they do not have a large number of people up. However, it is possible that they
Storm mentioned they
pretty big
made
blow up there on the red.
a lot of noise.
Actually,
So they're not pushing those hills.
What are the confirmed kill counts of your squads?
Unknown, but it was a bit of a hectic firefight.
Copy.
We just have a confirmed down MRAP. They were not able to dismount anything from it.
Understood. Any other kills or just the MRAP?
Confirmed, just the MRAP.
Alright, so I would suspect we killed at most a squad. So we probably have 3 squads left, and I would suspect that we have 2 coming from the west, one of which has made it into the town west of Lex Ryan, and one of which is now trying to make it to town west of Jack, with 1 squad remaining on the hills to our east. Probably more than I would say, probably only half a squad was killed in that initial ambush. But it was good. It was a good delaying action.
So Pony is correct in guessing about half a squad. So they lost 3 guys. So getting a third of a squad. But he's a little bit wrong with the force allocation. I don't know that Lex kept enough of an eye on these guys moving south. I think he thinks there's 2 squads to the west, which could be a bit of a problem if they overcommit to the west. Although they're not really overcommitting anywhere right now. They're just trying to lure everybody into town.
Guys on contact west coming down the road.
Copy.
That's
There we
what
go.
my guys just.
Yep. Coming
Contacts
down the road
west
to our
spotted.
southwest?
The one in front of.
Oh, copy.
Oh, nice shooting. Nice shots there. Random person goes down. The last guy to die in the first round is the first guy to die in the second round. These guys are smart in their assumptions. Yes, they are. These guys have done a lot of this type of stuff. Pony's got some nice reads. He's also getting some good info from his squad leaders, too.
We're engaging some rather unpleasant Americans who want our land.
Copy.
I believe Thomas Servant
There's about
did die. He didn't initially die, but he did bleed out, I think. I mean, no, he's down there with, I think, 1 health. He probably can't see anything. Got no stamina. Oh, Jack just took a big rocket. He's got a bandage. And if you guys are watching this fight, take a look into the north. Goon, Muffin Break, Soviet Piggy are coming in to try and help and maybe even collapse down on this flank. Another rocket goes out. That one is a big 0. Yeah, Cocky dying last in the first round. Yeah. I mean, he did, to be fair, he did try to peek 9 people. Not that he knew it was 9 people, but it didn't go great for him.
If I pick up my HMG, I can reposition it.
That is correct. We have 2,050 points, so you are quite welcome to do that.
Contact B452.
And there you go. Lex calling out B5, which if we really quickly go here, B54. So down here, he is calling these guys out. Oh, nice rocket from whoever that was, Muffin Break, Goon, Soviet Piggy. That trio just dropped Garrett with a rocket right as we came off the map. Nice job.
I'd be careful about doing that, Jack. I think there's a lot of them up there.
Yeah, I've got a fighting flanking them. Pretty good.
We're taking fire from the ridge up to our east now.
I cannot stress to you how well this was handled to the west. They could have let him get around. They almost missed him. Instead, Jack strong pointed his guys in the buildings and had a fire team come back around, drop a rocket, get a kill, force them off the flank to even have to go farther south. Really, really well handled there. As this fight is starting to die down, the fight in the town is just now picking up. And finally, the U.S. have occupied Crow's Hill up here. Oh, nice shot. Someone just dropped Dean up on the hill. Nice shot up there. So they finally moved in and taken this spot. And it's starting to look a little bit, let me zoom out a little bit for you guys. Starting to look a little bit dire here. Okay. INS own the town, but the attackers own everything around it.
Jack, blow the IED, by the way. Blow the fucking IED.
I can't hear you.
Blow the IED!
Blow it.
Detonate!
Here we go. Watch this IED.
That's a
Ooh!
good one. Excellent. Good kills. Good kills.
Oh, unfortunately, no kills. It was in the right spot. It was in the correct spot. But no one was quite close enough. That was a nice... It was so close. Well done. Nice plan to leave an IED, pull off the hill, try to bait him into it. But unfortunately, didn't grab anybody.
Good.
So, yeah. INS starting to get surrounded a little bit, although this western flank has gone really west. So far west, they're now south. As we take a bit of an overhead look, this is kind of what Pony wanted. I'll be honest with you. This is kind of what he wanted. He wanted some fighting in the town to happen, which I think is a good idea since typically the U.S. are going to win. They have a slightly better, I think, weaponry. They have a little bit. They have those vehicles which are so deadly out in the open, but in town they're so vulnerable. Grunt getting dropped right there. So pulling him into town is good. He did it very well. But the U.S. did keep guys back and move and retake that Crow's Hill that we saw and then defend initially, which is going to put a bit of stress on them because they have excellent firing positions down at the town from up there. Far side versus Frazier. ID did get him all nice and shook up. You are correct about that. Yeah, I will make sure to zoom in a little bit. I like getting in the big view too, so you guys can have a good idea what's going on the map. Farside gets tagged up by this fire team up here. Nades go out. Big 0 on the nades, unfortunately.
We got enemies danger close.
Storm's calling these guys out east. He's talking about the guys on, I believe, the hill, and also these guys that they're trying to nade. As it looks like, have they left the hill? Yeah, they're not really on the hill.
Are they on the hill, Heath? Or in the low ground?
just the
Both.
As the salient down here from Blackbeard, this flank that we saw get kind of crushed a little bit over to the west, has now made its way to the south. And he is right next to command. This is the only thing that they've neglected here. Pony had this excellent defense, except not quite. They handled this initially very well up here, but they haven't closed it back up. They've been strong pointing this building, but they've gotten flanked now, and no one's called it out. Nobody has called this out.
So we have cleared the west side. All threats are no longer there. They've probably moved to the north, attacking from the northwest now.
Copy.
Oh no. That was a bit of a miscue there from Jack. I really hope that these guys get spotted for the defense, or this is going to be tough. Blackbeard did a nice job of not giving up on his flank, going even farther south, and they've pretty much neglected this south flank.
Understood.
I think Pony is saying someone's not good at a type of play. I don't think really reflects it. Pony likes to be creative, and he likes to do some different things with attack and defend, which I think is fun to watch. He picked this very forward point to try and do a little bit of an unconventional plan. I think it makes it more fun to watch because we've had some really excellent engagement so far. Yeah, that is the wrong call, the north call. So Jack did a nice job initially of calling and holding this contact, but he didn't track them. He didn't pull back in either. And so this southern flank is, I mean, I have not heard anyone say anything about this.
Doing something up there on the hill.
Oh, they're probably coordinating this fire. Oh my god, the fire from the hill is amazing.
What?
Distracting.
I'm amazed they're not on Crow's Hill.
Scrooby's here. Can Dorf hear? Can Dorf hear them?
Close.
There he goes. Dorf hears them. Scrooby's got the look. Get your gun out, buddy. Oh boy, Scrooby not dead yet. Blackbeard's getting shotgun from across the road.
I'm moving back.
Collapse.
I'm throwing an 8 over there.
0 point did well. Scrooby's down. Really good job by the guys across the road. And Dorf to call that out early.
Dorf, you still up?
Back to objective. I'm still.
Alright, I killed one.
Whew, boy, my heart's pounding, guys. That was really close. So Frost, Bagajo, Lima Bean did a nice job staying close to the point, collapsing back. Dorf also hearing the running. He heard the running. He called it out. They dealt with the contacts. That was very, very, very risky. And they are just cleaning them up. Yuri's down. Blackbeard's now down. It was a good effort, but a bit in vain. That was very, very, very close.
Enemy contact south of my position for, I'd get to that compound at C579. That'd be a good place to post up. If you
Silent is posted up with an AR here.
Alright, everyone, spread out in the compounds.
Trying to grab a kill.
Let's defend the last man.
As more attrition, we were focusing on the big flank south, but more attrition fighting going on up north. Guys chewing their way through these buildings.
Receiving multiple contacts.
Kills, good question. So 13 to 14, very, very, very even right now. Very even. Which typically even would favor defenders, typically. So this is looking pretty good for INS.
The hill, they're coming down the hill. Charlie 4,
Everyone,
3.
Let's
There's
harden
an
up.
element
Yeah,
north.
Oh Christ! All right, yeah.
There's an
Everyone
element
harden
north
up.
of Charlie 4-9.
Understood. Everyone harden up in your buildings, hold your angles, and let's kill them all.
Pony making the right call, saying, okay, they're in town. They're in town. They still have numbers. Let's lock down our buildings. They have to push the U.S. has to push INS, right? They have to be the ones moving. So locking down an angle, watching your doors, that's the move. That's what Pony's calling for his guys to do. And typically in this scenario, defense will win.
Southeast compound from the compound.
Roger that, C431.
They will win the battle of attrition here.
Yes.
Ooh, Liberal goes down. The Hawk got that kill.
Contact close, mine 50 meters north.
Copy that one. Please kill them all as they come in from the north. If possible.
Rip Liberal, I agree. He got smacked. Let's take one quick look at the map. So big push north. Only one guy on the south. So really it's east and north. That's what we're looking at. East and north. And this is the point in the time where you want to just use your ears as defense. Use your ears. Listen for guys running around.
One, I'm still here. They're moving around. We're engaging close within 20.
There he goes. Baggis gets tagged. Almost dead. Not quite dead.
Outside?
Yeah, I'm
Oh
outside.
boy, Razor's
It's
pushing
okay.
up close
Yeah,
here.
there
Nice kill by Razor. Gets dropped. Suzerain makes a nice play. When he knows Razor's looking somewhere else, he makes a push. Oh, they're lighting up the Musk. Airburst in the Musk tower from the hill. Let me see. Where are you at?
We're currently engaging.
I don't know if there was any kills, but you pulled them off of the tower, Bubba. That's what I saw. You pulled them off the tower, which is good. But I think U.S. can do it. U.S. can definitely do it. Either of these teams can win. I just think it favors the defense, typically. We're watching north. These guys to the east are also doing some work. No one's died inside the compound yet, but Bag of Joe's really low. They're not making that mistake twice, and they've taken up these hills to the south, though. Not getting flanked to the south.
To the east, to the north.
Copy that.
Another smoke.
Multiple suspected enemy fire team outside my building.
Suzerain.
Understood one.
Oh,
Smoke
Harv,
just came in the
don't do it. Drops a squad lead. Calls the SL down. Oh, B card gets one. Gets dropped, though. Look at them; they're right next to each other. Did such a nice job holding this doorway. You can see what he can see here. Sergeant Jackson goes down while we're watching that fight. Jack is down as well. Missed RPG, really close, not quite good enough though.
I have contacts all around me.
Oh, another one.
At least 6.
Suzerain accurately calling out.
Are you from the objective?
I am straight east.
East.
Oh, from your eyes, it's gonna be northeast. I'll give you a good here in a second. I'm holding the door.
Oh, 2 fights going on. So this fight down here with Snowfall, Godzilla, Sentry, and then this one up here with Suzerain, and I think they've actually may have done enough here to get these guys to pull off.
D14. No, D414. Just moves.
Well, really close. Still up on the hill a little bit, but it's time to push. Check the kills. 19 kills to 22. So U.S. is still doing some work. As the guys in the South Hill are starting to take some contacts here too. Bag of Joe is incredibly low. Frost is incredibly low. Must not be a medic here.
Good God.
Meanwhile, Suzerain and Bikar shoved this entire squad back.
Does anyone have communications with Boar? Great.
INS looks undermanned. They are currently 20 to 22 kills, so pretty close. So the thing about this is, what can plague defense is they try to be too aggressive. And ultimately, you have to remember, they have to do two things here, guys. Don't forget. They have to keep Pony alive, and they have to defend this cache. They don't have to spread out and murder everything all in the hills. They just have to get them, invite them in, and kill them as they're coming in. They're not. They got to be careful about being overly aggressive. And understand what your advantages are. What your advantage, of course, is that you don't actually have to go out and attack them if you don't need to.
Oh, I got footsteps to the west of me.
Saucy. Lex takes away. Oh, Saucy, nice job! Nice job covering Lex's rear end right there. Can you get the second kill, though? Nope. Mark grabs him. Lex understands what's happening. Grabs Mark. Nice job from Lex and Lima. So Saucy does die, but they clean up that contact. Really fast shot right there. That was really pretty to look at. Two for one. This is why defense is so good. These 2-for-1 trades are going to favor defense, and more they happen. As Soviet Picky crawling south, unseen, Command is over here. He's trying to hold his crossroad. Oh, no. No, guys. He's not going to kill Command, is he? He's holding his crossroads, which is a smart position to be in. Meanwhile, Imanaz, the medic, has healed up his boys at the cache, so they're all full health. One day in the building, I know. They actually, what I will say is they have enough defenses in here that they can kind of duck in and block different things, block any kind of nade directions with all these sandbags, so they can take some cover. Piggy tagged, naded. It's over for him. Nice try. But he gets dunked. And now, what are we looking at here, kills-wise, guys? So we got 23 kills to 24. Even in numbers, however, most of the INS are in the compound except for Suzerain. Oh, he gets killed by Boogie holding the doorway. Smart boy. Although someone else gets tagged up there too, but nice job holding that door, not letting your guard down. That could have been a really dangerous flank. And now, everybody that you're looking at, everyone that you see here is all the people alive for the defense. Frost, Lima Bean, Lex Ryan, Best Pony, Dorf, Imanaz, Bag of Joe, Muffin Break. There's 8 alive for the defenders. There's a few more, all a little more spread out on the attack.
We should all go at once.
Yeah, if we all go at once, they can't kill us one by one.
Okay, there's running far, like 150 meters north. I saw one.
Lima, does a nice job calling out. He sees one Patrick Starr running east to west there. Got some good info.
Lex is my bait.
His wife probably shut off his internet.
Lex gets killed. He gets internet killed. He's been cyber fragged, guys. Oh no. So that's minus one more. least for the time being. So we have this grouping of Boogie, Sentry, Snowfall, Godzilla on the east side, and there's a few more people over on the west, and they're doing a nice job really splitting the difference here, and they're about to start sandwiching. I'm not sure why Oddball's falling back. Might be trying to go up the hill to get a better look, but there's no one there, my friend. And now it's a waiting game. Now it's a waiting game for the defenders, because like I said before, the U.S. has to make a move. They have to make a play. The camera's flying around, confusing. I know. So they used to have a way to just view the outlines of players, and you could turn off the cameras, but that has been broken for a while. Unfortunately. So I'll probably shut off that in a little bit. I apologize for that confusion. It's just as confusing for me as it is for you, I assure you. So eventually it'll get fixed, but it's a game bug right now. Guys, East are smoking. They're calling out the smokes East, getting ready to push in. Oh! Frost gets dunked on. Put out a shot because someone get RPG'd. True, man, true. Yeah, it was a bit of a. It was quite the show right in the beginning of the round. That was crazy. Oh, here we go. The smoke's covering. We got the two-pronged push here. All right.
They're on the wall. This fly is missing me.
I'm gonna go ahead and just shut off the cameras for now.
Listen for breaching charges.
Pony saying to listen for breaching charges.
They're right out there, dude.
Yeah.
Here you go. You see him.
Imanol's outside compound?
They're trying to
There's a
vault.
bunch
Oh, Imanos! Beautiful. Okay, he does end up going down, but he gets two. That was valiant effort. Lima's saying they're trying to vault, which they 100% are.
Okay.
As you can see, we got one guy here. Some guy's pushing in from the west. The north, you can see him as well. One guy's inside here.
Holy shit. I accidentally shot.
I like this permanent zoom. This permanent zoom is awesome.
4 or 5 left. Yes.
Oh, I'm dead. Oh no, I'm not. I'm alive. I dropped one.
Oh, Lima grabs one kill.
Muffin, get ready.
You can see them holding. Muffin's holding the door.
I hear that.
No, you cannot push them. Hold tight, you fucking.
Oh, Muffin, great job holding the door.
One's down. He's down.
Another one creeping up to the east.
Yo, somebody res him. Somebody res the enemies. One more in the north. He's a 249.
Okay, so we got one guy back up there at that building called out, and one guy's creeping on the east here. Oh, this might be Oddball shooting at people from. Yeah, Oddball taking his guys all the way to the south on the hill.
Hold your positions, men. It's us against the world.
Still got east side.
Scared. Mama, please. Fuck it, I'm running. I ran. No, Iraq. No,
Are you still in your build?
Lima, hush. They're coming close.
Here they come. There's one more on the south here too. So you can see you got 3 guys. One on the one on the west, 2 on the south. They can hear them running. I guarantee they hear them running right now.
Yeah, one on the south wall, I think.
I'm gonna throw smokes back at him.
Please don't. They're coming any second now.
That's Oddball up on the hill. That's Oddball up on the hill, covering for his guys.
Oh shit! I threw on the rooftops east.
He sees one up on the roof over there in the east.
There's one on the rooftop.
Yeah, there's more than one.
Muffin is holding this door. Smoke grenade comes out. Not a great smoke, unfortunately. This one's a bit better, and nice job right in the middle of the site, shutting that whole site down. Muffin has a smoke of his own, trying to smoke off the guys. Right-clicked, another smoke. Muffin's got this door locked, though. He's got this door locked. Oh, there's a clutch smoke!
All over those rooftops east.
Such a clutch smoke to cut Muffin off.
Who died?
This is so close to me.
Dwarf died.
Oh, no, frag! Oh, Mother goes down. Another nice frag.
Lima, kill them all.
In my building.
Lima, we gotta kill them all, okay?
Yeah, we got him. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Here's Lima. I think it's just Lima and Pony.
We're gonna kill this 249, and that guy on the hill is gonna come running in the past. Like.
So Pony's in this building. Lima's right below me. Oops, Lima's right below me.
Don't worry. If he peeks, I'll kill him. If he comes out that doorway.
Wow, really nice job with the nades to breach this.
I'm way too antsy for this, to be honest.
They haven't actually gone through the door yet. There they go. Coming and clearing through the smokes. Spraying the corners.
Got a 249 on me.
Lima
Alright,
drops
I think they're
one.
over on my side. I can't fucking see because of the smoke.
Yeah, they're definitely in east.
Pony gets eventually killed. Lima's the last one. Oh, he gets smoked. In the end, gets smoked. GG, says the admin. GG, that is it. All of the defense has been eliminated. The attackers are going to take it for that one. That was another nice round. That was a fun one. I'm not going to lie. That was a fun round. With that early push. Really close. 32 kills to 30. There's only maybe three guys left up on the US side at the end of that one. It was really, really close. But some good nades, some good positioning from the US at the end helped them really lock down that cash point and then take it over. All right, guys, so that's it. That's the end of the second round. I want to say I really appreciate everybody coming on out, watching. I want to let you guys know just about a couple more events that are coming up. So we'll be running some night ops here. It is October, so everything's all spooky scary. We've got Cemetery Hill on the 5th, Smashing Pumpkins on the 5th, and a special unannounced stop on the 8th, which is the 9th, which is a Wednesday. Those should be hopefully streamed, so we'll see. We can catch you back here to check those ones out. If you want to know more about what you just saw, about the One Life stuff, about our public service, head over to squadops.gg, pop into the Discord, say, hey, I'm from the stream, and we'll get you sorted. We can get you set up with any kind of training that you want, get you into the events, get you into the pub servers, have some fun like that. Yeah, so again, that's squadops.gg. Click the Discord link at the top, and then head on over. So I also want to say, while we're here, I just want to finally say thank you to all our staff. Thank you to our event admins tonight, which was Alpha Guido and Clay J. They're the ones who are getting everybody briefed into the servers. Wouldn't be able to do it without their volunteer time. Thanks to our SLs and everyone playing, and especially thanks to you guys for watching. It was a ton of fun, and like I said, those dates that were on the screen are also on our website, so head on over there, and we will catch you, I believe, this Saturday with another stream. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and I hope to see you in the Discord, and I hope to see you back on the stream on Saturday. Have a great rest of your week, guys. Peace.